The servants of the false emperor have been overthrown. Our ascension is complete, and we await salvation from the stars. My children, we prepare for the arrival of those from beyond. Eliminate those who continue to defy us. This planet is ours. Wipe out those who cling to the promises of the dying Imperial. Our patriarch has sent me a vision, a warning of enemies awakening in the sands. We travel now to confront them. I want the city captured on my return. Do not fail me, Children of Prometheus.
Welcome, Whānau, to this 50 power level battle between the Genestealer Cult, known as the Children of Prometheus, and the Necrons. Mission number 1 of the Tomb of Prometheus campaign, Xenos vs Xenos. After the recent Space Marine heavy battles, the Genestealer Cult have overthrown the Imperium, throwing the planet of Prometheus into anarchy, as they prepare for the arrival of their gods from beyond who will bring them salvation. Their plans have been hindered by the awakening of a Necron tomb world that have responded to the fighting. The Magus has led a force to bring down this threat, while the Overlord has awoken, intent on reclaiming his empire and bringing glory to his dynasty. We'll be playing the Maelstrom of War mission, kill confirmed, from chapter approved. We have 6 objectives scattered across the battlefield of Prometheus. Here, way there in the crater, one up there as well, one up in that building, and one down here. Both armies will be battling over these objectives, looking to achieve supremacy. Objectives that require a unit to be killed cannot be discarded, and we also have no quarter given kill points. Slay the Warlord, Line Breaker, and First Blood in play as well. So should have a pretty slick game, pretty balanced game. Filming amidst the chaos of COVID-19, you can trust on the maoriwargamer to deliver entertainment to the viewers. You know, go ahead and subscribe for more Warhammer content, Blackstone Fortress content. We ain't gonna stop for nothing. But yeah, that's our story, that's our mission. We'll kick into turn 1, but before we do, let's take a closer look at the armies we'll be playing with today. We have 50 power level of Genestealer Cults, a battalion detachment, led by the Magus here. He has a 4-staff and auto pistol. He is accompanied by the Abominant. He has a power sledgehammer and a rending claw. We have 2 10-man neophyte hybrid squads. The squad leader with a power maul and a bolt pistol. We have auto guns and 2 mining lasers. The squad here, squad leader with a power pick. We've got shotguns and 2 grenade launchers. We have a 5-man Acolyte hybrid squad. We have a heavy rock drill and a heavy rock saw, leader with a bone sword lash whip. We have a 10-man pure strain Genestealer squad, 10 Genestealers armed with rending claws. We have a 5-man aberrant squad. We have 4 heavy power hammers, and the leader here with a heavy improvised weapon. We have a 5-man Adelan Jackal squad. We've got 3 bikers there armed with shotguns. We've got the leader here, he's armed with the power axe. And then we have the wolf quad there equipped with a mining laser and a wrench. We have the Cult armored sentinel with a las cannon. And we have a Goliath rock grinder armed with a heavy stubber, a heavy mining laser, and the drill dozer blade. We have a patrol detachment of Necrons, 52 power level, led by a Necron Overlord. He's armed with a war scythe and a resurrection orb. We have 2 10-man Necron warrior squads armed with Gauze Flayers. We have a 5-man Deathmark squad armed with Synaptic Disintegrators. We have a Doomsday Arc armed with a Gauze Flayer array and a Doomsday Cannon. We have an Annihilation Barge armed with a Twin Tesla Destructor and a Gauze Cannon. And we have a Doom Scythe armed with a Death Ray and 2 Tesla Destructors. End of movement phase for the Necrons, turn 1, as they awaken on the planet of Prometheus to find the planet in chaos from the recent uprising of the Genestealer Cult. The Necron Overlord leads his warriors forward to hold the objective here, currently occupied by the Annihilation Barge. The Croissants flying forward here. Its main role is just to thin the ranks of the Genestealer Cults. Missions for this one, we've got Take and Hold, so objective number 6, which is over there by the shipping containers, out of reach for the moment. We've got Purge, so victory points if we kill an enemy unit. And then we've got Storm and Defend, objective number 1 here, so hold that one for 2 turns for victory, which is currently in possession of the Warriors anyway, so early victory points there for my opponent should he hold that off. Annihilation Barge down there, so that's the movement phase. Let's go into the shooting for the Necrons, turn 1. Alright, so the Rock Grinder's been hit by the Death Ray of the Doom Scythe. And suffered 4 damages. We're looking for 4 6-up rugged construction saves. Made 2 of them. Yeah. Not that bad. Also, quick FYI, I don't have the Psychic Awakening rules, the greater good, for the Genestealer Cults. So still playing them without that. Can't get my hands on a copy of the book. And I don't really like using ebooks anyway, or the download ones. I like reading through the paper. So yeah, just pointing that out. Alright, and 6 neophytes wiped off the face of the earth by the Tesla Destructors. End of the Necrons, turn number 1. Let's wipe out 5 neophyte acolytes. Managed to take 2 wounds off the Goliath Rock Grinder, but nothing else done in this turn. These guys simply advanced forward, looking to capture this objective. And yeah, we'll call the end of turn there. As usual, turn 1 pretty quiet as we move to set things up. So we'll go straight into turn number 1 for the Genestealer Cults and see what they do. End of movement phase for the Genestealer Cults, turn number 1. As they fight for supremacy over the wasteland of Prometheus. The Acolyte Hybrids moving to capture objective number 4. Armored Sentinel standing still. It's got 48-inch range with its las cannon. Line of sight to pretty much everything. Magus move forward. These dudes advanced. Rock Grinder chugging along up the road as well. Adelan Jackals on that side. And through here we have the Acolyte, Neophyte Hybrids moving forward, climbing the building to get to that objective here. Tactical objectives for this turn, we've got Take and Hold objective number 2, this one here, so hold that one for 2 turns. Adelan Jackals moving towards that one there. We also got Take and Hold objective number 6, hold this one here for 2 turns, so these dudes advanced onto that one. And we also had Big Game Hunter Annihilation, so 1 victory point if we destroy a unit with 10 wounds or more. So we've got our pick of targets, the Doom Scythe, Annihilation Barge, and Doomsday Arc. Shooting phase, Genestealer Cult's going to shoot into the Doomsday Arc. 1 las cannon shot hitting on a 3. Boom, that's a hit. Alright, that was actually hitting on 4s, so it was still a hit. Strength 9, toughness 6, so we're looking for 3s to wound. And that is a 3. Alright, so las cannon shot from the Armored Sentinel straight through. However, it does have quantum shielding. We're rolling low for d6 damages. So quantum shielding, just need to roll a 5 or under, hey?
It's good.
So it takes nothing.
Nothing.
Jackals advanced onto objective 2 and going to finish the turn with the 2 mining lasers from these guys. shooting into the Annihilation Barge down there. 2 shots hitting on 5s. Oh, 2 hits. So we have 2 hits. We're looking for 3s to wound. Oh, again.
Any minus?
Alright, so 2 hits and 2 wounds from the mining lasers of the Neophytes landing into the Annihilation Barge, dealing D3 damages. So rolling 2s. 3 4s. So that's 1 flat 1, you can't ignore that one.
Can't ignore that.
And that one is 3, so you need to roll a 2 or less. Alright, so 1 wound. How much does it have left?
13.
13.
Yep.
Okay, so 1 damage dealt with the mining laser, and it gets it back at the start of its next turn. So, cool. That'll be it for the Genestealer Cult's turn 1. Slow and steady wins the race. That is always my motto. So I actually ended up securing objective 6, taking hold. That was hold it for by the end of your turn. So I get that one there, 1 victory point to the Genestealer Cult. And this one here for capturing objective 2. So that's 2 victory points to the Genestealer Cults. None to my opponents so far as we go into Necron's turn 2. We'll see if he can change that up. Alright, so end of movement phase for the Necrons. They are looking to purge, so kill an enemy unit. They're looking to storm and defend objective 1, which the warriors are currently in possession of over there. And they've discarded taken hold 6 and have got taken hold 4. So across the battle we have the warriors here holding this objective, objective 5. Annihilation Barge back to full health. Doomsday Ark opting not to move. And the warriors here remaining on objective 1, holding it for that second turn for those victory points. So we're moving now to Necron's shooting phase, turn number 2, as they look to reclaim this planet and expand their empire. Alright, Necron's shooting phase, the Doomsday Ark firing its Doomsday Cannon into the Armored Sentinel across the battlefield there, D6 shots. That's a 2, boy.
Command point reroll.
Command point reroll. He's got 3 left. And that's another 2. So Doomsday Ark's landed 2 hits. Now just needs 3s to wound. What you got? Oh, I knew you'd get at least 1, 2. That's why I recorded it. So 1 hit.
-5.
Alright, so it's going to go straight. Alright, so steam and smoke is pouring out of the Armored Sentinel, left with 1 wound remaining after taking the hit from the Doomsday Cannon. Continuing with the Necron shooting phase. Deathray has landed a hit and wound onto the Rock Grinder, dealing 4 damage. We're looking for 6 rugged construction saves. 4 6-up rugged construction saves.
Oop.
Nothing, so it is now on 6 wounds. Alright, so the Goliath Rock Grinder under heavy assault. We're needing 4 armor saves for it. 4 4-ups. Oh, past 3 of them. How much damage?
1.
So 3 6-up rugged constructions. None, so it's another 3 damage. So he's on 9 damages. I don't know how much wounds he has in total. Let me just double check. Alright, finally, so that is the end of another turn. Turn number 2 for the Necrons. Again, just short of delivering absolute destruction to the Genestealer Cults. But again, that's coming vice versa as well. We're not finishing them, they're not finishing us. So it's pretty even Steven still. No damage is done there. The Goliath Rock Grinder on its last wound. My opponent has gained 2 victory points for holding objective 1 for 2 turns. So that's even the score, 2 victory points to 2. First blood yet to be achieved. And those other objectives around as well. But yeah, we'll go straight into turn number 2, see if the Genestealer Cults can change things up in a big way. As we're currently stalemated in this battle to determine who will own the planet of Prometheus. End of the movement phase for the Genestealer Cults, turn number 2. We have take objective 4, so hold this one here for 1 turn. We've got Scour the Skies, kill a unit with the fly keyword, get 1 victory point. And we retain the Big Game Hunter from last one, destroy a unit with 10 wounds or more. Rest of our movements though, Armored Sentinel, 1 wound standing where he is. We've got these boys standing here. They claim the objective last turn, but they're just going to hang out on it anyway in case it pops up. We have the Abominant and his aberrant brothers appearing from the manhole cover here, climbing up the pipe from Cult Ambush, ready to storm in against the Necrons. The Adeline Jackals moving forward to flank the Necrons, and we've spent a command, we've used a stratagem on the Devoted Crew. This guy on 1 wound, we've used Devoted Crew to bring him up to max wounds operating. So he's driving straight forward in towards the boys here. But that's what our field is looking like. Those are the objectives we have. Neck and neck at the moment. We'll see what we can do to zip forward. We've still got First Blood up for grabs, so some quick VP right there. Right, moving into the Genestealer Cult shooting phase. However, before we do, the Magus is going to unleash his Psychic Might upon the Croissant. Going for a smite, goes off on a 6. That's a 10, boy. That's a Big Daddy smite, so a D6 smiting. Alright, so the Magus, Big Daddy of the Genestealer Cults, the spiritual figurehead, if you will. He has unleashed a powerful smite, dealing D6 mortal wounds onto this vehicle of destruction. Rolling a Big Daddy 6. Big Daddy 6, what? Oh man, if I didn't film this, you could not believe what I do. Alright, so 6 wounds, 6 remaining, easy pickings. We'll make our way through. Let's go into the shooting phase, turn number 2. Grenade launchers from here, going to fire into the flyer. 2 grenade launcher shots, crack missiles, hitting on 4s. 1 hit, strength 6, toughness 6, so 4s to wound. And that's a wound, boy.
Any bonus?
Crack grenade -1, so we're looking for a 4-up. Oh, spinnies. Dramatic, drummer.
Command point reroll.
Command point reroll.
Oops. Cool.
Bastard. End of the turn for the Genestealer Cults, turn number 3. Managed to gain another victory point for holding objective 4 here. So that puts us 3 VPs to my opponent's 2. But still pretty stalemated. I haven't killed a single unit of the Necrons so far. And this thing managed to evade all shots or save him himself. These boys here doing nothing with their weapons as well. Aberrants just hanging out for now until they can make their move. Rock Grinder couldn't hit. These guys could not hit. And we've got the Genestealers there lying in wait as well. So pretty ineffective, but 3 VP to the Genestealers, 2 to Necrons. We'll see what happens. Necrons turn 3. Stay with us, Whānau. Alright, end of movement phase for the Necrons, turn number 3. The Warriors cower in fear at the arrival of the Aberrant and his, the Abominant and his Aberrant mates. Backing off slowly, but not slow enough. Dude, Doomsday Ark stays there. Warriors moving off objective 5 for some reason. Cowering in fear with their Necron Immortal, Necron Overlord watching. Necron death marks have dropped into the battlefield as well. And we've got the Croissant still hovering around. You've got 7 wounds left.
Yep, because it went up, well, because it's got living metal.
Okie dokie. 7 wounds left. Let's go on Necron shooting phase, turn 3. Alright, so the Doomsday Ark has fired its Doomsday Cannon into the Armored Sentinel on 1 wound. He's landed 1 hit. He's looking a wound on a 3, but not going to get it.
Command point.
Yo, I told you you're not going to get it. Command point, not going to get it either.
Not going to get it, Emma.
Oh, okay. Gaunt's Flayer array from the Doomsday Ark firing into the Aberrants up here. We're looking for 4 4-up saves. Pass 3, fail 1. 1 damage.
Yep.
1 damage suffered by the aberrants, but we have bestial vigor on a 5-up. We ignore the wound. And that's it on camera. That's a 5. Wham! They're good. Alright, so the Annihilation Barge, Twin Tesla, 7 4-up saves required for the Rock Grinder, who has 1 wound left. Oh, bro. Failed 5. So 5, 6 upgraded constructions. It's gonzo.
Does it blow up?
It will actually, because I've got a stratagem. Alright, so first blood goes to the Necrons with the destruction of the Rock Grinder. However, they have rigged it to blow, so upon its destruction, it does explode and will deal D3 mortal wounds to the Annihilation Barge.
1.
Yeah, it's going to recover that next turn.
Yep.
If I don't destroy it, though. That's gone first blood, so that's tied up the points once again in this game. End of the turn for the Necrons, turn number 3, whānau, as they battle over the planet of Prometheus. The Necrons have awoken with a vengeance. A bit dusty, bit rusty, but coming on strong. Take the lead 5 victory points to 4 by securing first blood with the destruction of the Genestealer Armored Sentinel. No further objectives gained this turn, however, so still pretty neck and neck, and confident the Genestealers can push forward as they move into turn 3. So we'll go straight into that now. Genestealer Cult's turn 3. See what havoc they can unleash with their newly arrived units. End of movement phase for the Genestealer Cult's turn number 3. They're down 1 victory point to my opponent. However, things will change. We still have the Big Game Hunter, which is kill a unit with 10 wounds. We have Scour the Skies, kill a flyer, or a unit with the fly keyword. And we also have drawn behind enemy lines. So 1 victory point if we have a unit behind in my opponent's deployment zone end of the turn. So we're going to work towards that, but we've got the Magus and the Acolyte hybrids moving towards the Death Marks who've dropped in here. The surviving Neophyte hybrids looking down upon the Doom Scythe, looking to pierce in with their heavy mining lasers. We have the Genestealers moving forward towards the Necrons here. Overlord is about to be torn to pieces. The Adelan Jackals moving forward as well. Got a full combat about to throw down here. And the mighty Abominant moving forward with his aberrant brothers towards these Necron warriors. About to destroy them with their hammers and power sledgehammers. So stay with us. We're going to go into the Psychic phase first. And then into shooting. Psychic phase, the Magus once again exercising his psychic might, unleashing a devastating smite. Big Daddy double 6s smiting. Yo, 11. That's a smite if I say so. Woo! So rolling D6 mortal wounds. Your death marks.
Okay.
And rolling for 6 mortal wounds right there. 3.
3 dead.
That's an average. I'll accept that one.
They'll be back.
Big Daddy.
Protocols.
Big Papa. No, they're going to get wiped out this round.
You hope.
We're going to move into the shooting phase and wipe them. Right, our laser boys have landed 2 hits onto the croissant. Wounding on 3s. 1 pass, 1 fail, 1 command point re-roll.
That's a 2.
Still 1. So 1 wound. That's a 6-up save.
6 up? 6 up, 6 up.
Yeah, minus 3. Off the table. D6 damages, rolling, let's say a 3. Oh, 1. I'll take that.
Oh, it'll get it back next turn anyway.
It's alright if it survives next turn.
I'm pretty sure it will survive.
Alright, so the Neophyte hybrids here, firing 2 crack grenades into the Annihilation Barge. We're looking for 2 4-up saves. 1 passed, 1 not passed.
So that puts it down to 7 wounds. Roll high.
D3 damages. 2, so you need to roll a 1. Alright, so he's down 3 wounds. Alright, finally, first drops of Necron blood spilt as we end the shooting phase. These guys are about to charge into the warriors down here. Managed to pepper off 4 of the Necron warriors. Annihilation Barge is down to 2 wounds remaining. For now, it's going to bump up to 3, but we're going to finish it the following turn, our turn 4. But yeah, enough chit chat. Let's go straight in. We'll make some charges. Alright, so we lost an Aberrant in Overwatch, but we've got 2 in there as well as the Abominant, ready to tear these pieces of metal skeletons to shreds. Alright, so end of turn 3 for the Genestealer Cults. The Aberrants stomped forward, swinging their hammers and power sledges, wiping out 5 Necrons, not taking a single wound. Down here, we lost a Adolin Jackal as well as the Wolf Quad, but we're down to 2 Necrons remaining in this warrior squad. The horde of Genestealers still mulling about. However, taking down that Wolf Quad, that does mean that we're not in the enemy deployment zone. We aren't behind enemy lines just yet. So that objective does defy us this turn, which I wasn't expecting. But we can come back to that as we go into turn 4 for the Necrons. See what they can do. Not a lot of units left on the battlefield there, team. End of movement phase, Necron's turn 4. The Necron warriors went down this ladder, climbed that ladder back up here to capture objective 1 as part of their new objective drawn. This guy here, Doomscythe, flying over looking to wipe out the remaining Aberrants and Abominants. Down here, Doomsday Ark staying still as it has the whole game. The Annihilation Barge moving into the rocky outcrop. And then just across the battlefield here, the Death Marks were moving forward, looking to head towards Objective 4, perhaps in anticipation of drawing that out. Who knows? We'll go into the shooting phase. Necrons, turn 4. Alright, so the Aberrants have taken 4 damage from the Death Ray of the Doomscythe. Bestial Vigor reducing that down to 3 damage, and will allow us to make 3, 5, or 6 Bestial Vigor rolls. So made 1, failed 2, so that means 1 guy's dead and 1 guy is on 1 wound. Or 1 guy is dead, 1 guy is on 2 wounds. The last guy there with the signpost. Alright, so the Doomscythe managed to wipe out the final 2 Aberrants, leaving the Abominant on his own. And these boys over here in possession of objective number 1. The Doomsday Cannon managed to wipe out 3 of the Acolyte hybrids here. But not a lot else done. Not a lot else was done over the rest of the turn. So rest of the turn, my opponent ends up securing 1 victory point for holding objective 1 once again. He's lucky he's drawn that twice. So that puts him up 6 victory points to my 5. As we go into Necron, Genestealer Cult's turn number 4. Yeah, see what happens, eh? See what happens. Stay with us. Long game. Alright, so end of movement phase for the Genestealer Cults. The Adolin Jackals move forward, racing behind these buildings here. Looking to go behind enemy lines for that quick objective. The Genestealers mobbing the rocky outcrop here, looking to tear that Annihilation Barge to shreds, open it like a tin can. The Abominant moving forward to wipe out these remaining Necron warriors with his power sledge. And the Magus moving forward with the Acolyte hybrids towards objective number 4. Not yet available, but they're going to claim that just in case for the final turn. Magus did also wipe out the remaining 2 Death Marks there with a big smite. So we're going to hold that. We've got our boys up there on objective 3. We've got these guys on objective 6. and the Abominants fighting over Objective 1. So, could be setting up for a good end game. We'll go into the shooting phase. Genestealer Cult. End of the turn for the Genestealer Cult, turn number 4. Adelan Jackal securing a victory point, tying our game 6 victory points to 6 by securing enemy lines. The Genestealers swarmed over the Annihilation Barge, ripping it to shreds. So that's another kill point to the Genestealer Cult. So 3 units destroyed on them, 3 units destroyed from us. We've lost the Armored Sentinel, the Rock Grinder, the Aberrants. They've lost the Death Marks, the Annihilation Barge, and the Overlord. So we can quickly change it up. They've only got 2 warriors here, a full health Doomsday Arc, 2 warriors up here, and the Doom Scythe. I've got a bit more, so hopefully objectives for the final turn. But we'll go into final turn, Necron's turn 5. Don't go anywhere as we look to wrap up mission number 1, Tomb of Prometheus. End of movement phase for Necron's final turn. The Doomsday Arc has finally made a move, zipping up here on the platform. 2 Necron warriors moving in out of combat, and the Doomsday Scythe staying where it is, looking to fire upon the Aberrant. Desperate for one final victory. Drew no objectives of note. So it's going to come down to one final kill point. He's got 1 kill point available here. So we'll see what happens. End of Necrons, turn 5. And now you see him, now you don't. The Abominant could not stand the firepower of the 2 heavy weapons of destruction Necrons brought to battle. Friendly 50 power level game, and you've got like 3 massive vehicles. Yeah, cool story. But that puts my opponent up to 7 victory points to my 6. But ends their turn. I've got 2 wounded Necrons here, 2 Necrons down there. These guys I'll forget about. Hopefully I draw out objectives because I am about to hold 4. I've got 6. I've got 3 up there. And I've got 5. So hopefully we get something good out of that. Stay with us. Nick, as we go into the final turn, Genestealer Cult's turn 5. Alright, end of movement phase for the Genestealer Cult. Only got shit missions out of all the ones we could get. Nothing, so it's real crusty. We've got 1 victory point, 1 guaranteed kill we can get there. We're pouring the Genestealers and the Adelan Jackals onto those warriors. We'll finish them off, at least finish the game with a tie. Yeah, I just forgot about line breakers. So we've got line breaker at the end of it. These boys here good as gold. So we don't actually have to settle for a tie. Genestealer's going to win. Yeah. Sneaky. Let's finish the game. We've got 20 Genestealers against 2 Necron warriors. These guys should probably shoot me to death anyway, so don't worry about it. Let's go wrap it up. Alright, final end of the game. Genestealer Cult versus the Necrons, the Tomb of Prometheus campaign. As the Genestealers look to fight the Necrons. You know, they can't count their chickens before they hatch, thinking they've secured the planet. The rightful rulers, or the once rightful rulers, have come to claim it from them themselves. So clashes going on there. And in this Maelstrom of War mission, the Genestealers managed to edge it out by a single victory point. Which is one of the cool things playing Maelstrom of War. You know, you've got the games that hang by the wire. It could be anyone's game right up until the very end, you know. Eternal War, you know, you can very quickly dominate your opponent. So it's a good way to mix things up, keep things fresh, keep you guys entertained, no matter where you are during these challenging times with COVID-19. Pretty lucky with, you know, healthy, back to regular filming. So we've got, 8 armies between the 2 of us. A lot of variety, keep things going on. Where people aren't able to go to the hobby stores or the game shop, the game stores to film with their mates. We'll be there to carry that burden for you. So if you enjoyed this video, find it, make sure you give it a thumbs up, give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Show your support for a humble wargamer from New Zealand, doing his part to keep the people entertained, keep them happy. And make sure you tune in next week to Prometheus mission number 2, Necrons versus Genestealer Cults. Who will win? Got to be here, got to keep it locked to the Multi Wargamer to find out. So I hope to have you with me, whānau. But yeah, thank you for watching once again. I am your humble host, the Multi Wargamer, delivering weekly Warhammer content. I'll catch you next time. Thank you for watching once again. Ka kite. Anu.